Welcome everyone. I am Anita Salunke, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, HM College Karad. In this international conference, I am going to present a paper on the survey of some characterization techniques used for nanoparticles and their importance. As nanoparticles are synthesized by using different precursors, therefore that nanoparticles also have different varieties and their usage is also different. Depending upon their applicability, nanoparticles must have to characterize by specific techniques and the selection of that techniques is very important. In this paper, I am going to highlight some characteristic techniques which are most commonly used.
Chemistry of nanoscale particles is now the most focused area for researchers, as these particles have wide applications in various fields. The particle size is an important parameter of nanoparticles because as particle size reduces from bulk, there is a drastic change in properties of nanoparticles. Optical properties of nanoparticles are size dependent. Surface to volume ratio increases from bulk to nanoscale. Appropriate characterization is needed to study specific properties of nanomaterials. Size, shape, aggregation, stability, surface area, surface charge, ligands present on surface, crystal structure are the most important parameters of nanoparticles, which have to be measured before investigating the applications of nanoparticles. There are different types of analytical techniques used for characterization of nanoparticles. Selection of some of these techniques is the key factor for research. In present paper, we have taken the survey of some commonly used characterization techniques of nanoparticles. Characterization techniques. Commonly used characterization techniques are broadly classified into four groups: microscopy based technique, spectroscopy based technique, X-ray based technique, and light scattering technique. That figure indicates broad classification of characterization techniques. The microscopy based technique includes the first, scanning electron microscopy. It works like a optical microscopy, but in that case instead of light, electrons are used. Same technique is used to determine particle size and to study the surface of nanoparticles. In case of TEM, transmission electron microscopy, electrons are transmitted through a thin film of the sample, and this method gives the more clear structure of the nanoparticles. It is also used for particle size determination. In case of AFM, atomic force microscopy, the surface of the nanoparticles, it is characterized by this method. In case of AFM, non-conducting samples can be characterized. In case of STM, the electrons are tunneled through the nanoparticles and the depth of the sample can be determined. In case of EDX and HRTM, these are the high resolution techniques and which gives the chemical composition at the elemental level. The another technique is spectroscopy based technique. The first one is UV visible spectroscopy. In case of UV visible spectroscopy, its range is 200 to 800 nanometer, and in that case the absorption of the light of the particles is determined. Yes, when UV visible light falls on the substance or nanoparticles, then electronic transitions takes place and it gives the absorption maxima of particles. That method is also useful for particle dispersion. Next one is FTIR, Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy. FTIR technique, it is mostly used for determination of ligands or functional groups present on surface of the nanoparticles. The Raman spectroscopy, it gives this is the scattering light spectroscopy, and it gives the polarizability of the sample. X-ray based technique includes XRD and XPS. In case of XRD, crystalline nanoparticles are characterized, and in that case the crystal structure of nanoparticles and also its elemental composition can be determined. Both these techniques are very important. The light scattering techniques is DLS and zeta potential. In case of dynamic light scattering, the nanoparticles in colloidal solution, its dispersion can be determined whether they are aggregated or non-aggregated. It is also determined with the help of zeta potential. The zeta potential value indicates aggregation and dispersion of the nanoparticles in the solution. These characterization techniques are summarized like this. For particle size analysis, the suitable techniques are SEM, TEM, HRTM, AFM, XRD and DLS. For particle shape, the characterization technique is like this: TEM, HRTM and atomic force microscopy. For crystal structure, the technique used is XRD, STM, HRTM. For chemical composition, XRD, XPS, SEM and ADX. For particle size distribution, technique used is SEM and dynamic light scattering. The surface charge is determined with the help of zeta potential. Optical properties are determined with the help of UV visible spectroscopy and fluorescence. Aggregation of nanoparticles can be determined with the help of dynamic light scattering, zeta potential and UV visible spectroscopy. And the surface functionalization is determined with the help of FTIR. Conclusion: as there are different modes of synthesis of nanoparticles, there are numerous varieties of nanoparticles, and depending upon their applicability, the proper selection of characterization is very important. Nanoparticle characterization includes particle size, shape, surface area, surface charge, solubility, aggregation, crystallography, etc. Nanoparticles have a lot of applications in environmental, medicinal and electronic fields. Therefore, proper characterization of these nanoparticles is essential. Every characterization technique has its significant capability. Combination of two or more characterization technique is employed for study of synthesized nanoparticles. Acknowledgement: acknowledges the RUSA for financial assistance under the scheme of minor research project. Department of Chemistry, Shivaji University, Kolhapur and Common Facility Center of HM College, Karad acknowledged for instrumental facilities. I am very much thankful to organization committee of this conference, as it gives me the opportunity to present the paper in this conference. Thank you very much.